In this step, we're going to add some CSS and JavaScript to our Rails app. In Rails, CSS, JavaScript, images, fonts, basically anything that is front end and isn't just HTML is considered an asset. All of the assets are kept inside the app folder and then inside the assets folder. And you can see running Rails new gives you config, images, JavaScripts, and style sheets. We're not going to worry about config and images for right now. We are going to worry about JavaScripts and style sheets. Go ahead and go into the style sheets folder. And actually, you can add CSS right into this application.css file, but I think it's better practice to create a separate file. So that's what we're going to do. Create a new file inside style sheets. So an app slash assets slash style sheets. And let's call it styles.css. All right. So you can just write all your own CSS here, but I'm actually going to cheat because I've done this before. I'm going to copy a whole bunch of CSS from somewhere else. So I'm going to copy all that CSS from my own Listeroo repository. So github.com/Robert, aka Robin/Listeroo. You're welcome to do this if you want. You don't need to do any CSS. It's not going to affect how your Rails app runs at all, but you certainly can go ahead and copy this over if you want to. So I'm going to go into this and I'm just going to copy this wholesale just for simplicity's sake. There we go. So I just added CSS to my Rails app. And notice that I didn't have to do anything crazy. I just created a new file, put some CSS in it. But then if I refresh this page, look at that. All of my CSS applies. I didn't need to quit my server and run Rails S again or anything. It's just right there. It's the exact same process for JavaScript. And you'll notice if you look in this application.js file, we're not going to be making any changes. Well, actually, sure, let's go ahead and make some changes in here. Notice how it says require jQuery in here. Out of the box, jQuery is included with every Rails app. When you run Rails new, it also includes jQuery in your app. So I'm going to do console log, I'm here, and so is jQuery version. And then this isn't a Rails thing, but if you ever want to get your current version of jQuery, you can use this right here. And there we go. That's how you add JavaScript to a Rails app. Now, if I refresh this page, any page on my app, there's that JavaScript that I just ran. And that's true regardless of what page you're on. All of your CSS is already there. All of your JavaScript is already there. And that's all there is to it. You can keep adding more JavaScript files and more CSS files, and they'll be automatically included in your app. I'm going to call this commit adding basic assets, some samples, CSS, and JavaScript.